It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors, beware as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey, Bryce.
What's up?
Rain, thunderclouds.
Yeah, well, that was quite a storm we just had.
There was thunder and lightning.
Indeed. And I don't see Murray. Is Murray skipping out on us? What's going on?
He is working, but he sprinkled his presence throughout the podcast without his having to be here.
Wow.
Get ready for that. Wow.
I'm going to bathe in his presence.
Oh, bathe it, baby, bathe it.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Well, thanks to all been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast or even like it a little bit, just why don't you subscribe, share, and give us a 5-star rating on your listening platform, or support us and join the Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/Film Rage YYC. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible film, which many have done to this date. This is like our 303rd episode. Formal episodes, not including all the other extra shit we do.
It seems like 3,000.
It does. It's like
such a grind.
Such a grind watching all these movies. Not gonna lie, I love it. All right, let's get to raging. What with the music movement?
Predict.
What with the music movement?
Predict.
Will he predict the rage or will he predict the mondo? Will he tell us all what Jim and Bryce are at the movies? Better watch out, cause he's not here. He's out swimming for you.
You and you.
Swim, Murray, swim, Murray.
Swim, Murray, swim.
Swim, Murray, swim, Murray.
Swim, Murray, swim.
Swim all the way to our hearts, our little rage-filled hearts.
He did give you predictions, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he sure did.
Otherwise,
I wouldn't have let it go all this distance before I... So this is the Merman's predictions for this week.
All right.
And I have a feeling, after reading them, he's not going to get any right, but I could be wrong.
All right.
I have been wrong before. All right, so 28 years later, it's a Danny Boyle, Alex Garland film, which normally it's almost your lock for a Mondo or at least a high meh.
Yeah.
It's about zombies.
Yep.
So he says, he's going out on a limb, but Jim's going to go Mondo and Bryce is going to go meh. Elio, or Elio, or Elio. Another animated film, which I refuse to go to, is, as Murray would say, the trailer was so sickeningly cute, I started getting nauseous. It does have Zoe Saldana in it and Brad Garrett. Oh, yeah, it did have Brad Garrett.
It did have Brad Garrett, yeah.
So maybe it's not so bad, so we went double meh for my cartoon-loving mates. Or my cartoon-loving mites, as they might say in some foreign country that I don't know what.
Not sure what that accent is.
It was.
Don't say what it is, because you're just going to insult whatever it is.
I was trying to be Wilson Phillips. No, that's not her name. Flip
Phillips.
Wilson. What's her name?
Flip Wilson.
What's her name? Oh, Rebel Wilson. That's it. Which is Bride Hard. Oh, or as Murray likes to call it, Pitch Perfect 4 without the singing. He says he doesn't like Rebel Wilson, and I don't find her funny. That's why I didn't go to this film. To me, she seems like a knockoff Aussie version of Melissa McCarthy, who can be funny. He said the trailer was so bad, and Rebel Wilson as a kick-ass spy, incredibly unbelievable. So he still said he's
pretty much reviewed the movie there.
I know, and he said he's gonna go out on a limb and he's gonna say that we're gonna have a double meh on this one.
Wow, that's
wow is right.
That's something.
And the last one, and the surprise from last week, which I said it was coming, we got to see Jombieland, which is I think Punjabi for Zombieland.
I'm gonna guess because There seem to be zombies in it.
And they said Jombieland.
Did they?
Said zombies.
Zombie.
So finally, this is from Murray. We finally get a Bollywood Zombieland.
Wasn't Jombie like the guy in the
From
box from
Pee
Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Yeah, it was Jombie. Yeah, it was.
Jombie.
He was the wish granter.
Ho.
Yeah, Mecca Lecca High, Mecca
Johnny
Johnny Ho. Yeah, it wasn't that.
I think it was different every time. Did he say the same thing after that? Mecca Lecca blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
like
he
when
kind
does
of
that,
went off on a little Mecca.
I don't think he actually said the same thing twice.
No, I think he was ad-libbing.
Yeah.
He was libbing it large.
Just like
inside
I'm
the
going to do
box.
today.
Exactly, like you do every week. So, Murray said, unfortunately, the trailer I watched wasn't in English. So, he probably...
What does that matter?
Because Murray doesn't know how to read. He literally doesn't know how to read. But he says it's a Bollywood film. It's Indian. It's a zombie film. Double mondo.
All right.
That's Murray's predictions for this week.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to let Murray's comments as we go into our first review, which is going to be 28 years later. All right, so this is Murray's review.
Okay.
Here are two words I thought I'd never use in a film review, and I'm really glad that I don't have to use them on air. Sorry, Jim. Those words are zombie dong. I didn't come.
Why is he apologizing?
I don't know. It's something I would say all the time. I would
look for excuses to say zombie
dong.
dong.
Zombie dong. I didn't come up with that phrase, by the way. I heard it on TMZ, and he's like, "That's an entertainment show, Bryce." By the way,
I don't know what a TMZ is.
Yeah,
so it's
neither.
TMZEE.
It's TMZ, like letter T, letter M, letter Z.
Okay.
So for our American listeners, Z is the same thing as Z, except in Canadian.
Okay.
Just in case they didn't know.
I'm confused already.
Exactly. So the story is director Danny Boyle wanted more naked zombies in this film. The problem was that the star of the film was 12 years old. Against the law there, Danny. I guess his solution was to prosthetic penis for the main alpha zombie villain. A really, really big one. To say it was distracting is an understatement. See, I wasn't distracted by it at all, but that's me. I'm always assuming if a guy is that big and that alpha, he's going to also have an alpha zombie dong. Zombie dong. So first off, he's never seen the 28 films, 28 years, 28 days, 28 weeks, 28 months, hours, seconds.
It's only days and weeks.
Oh, okay. So we're now at years. Is it going to be decades next? 28 decades later?
Well, that's what's confusing, but
yeah.
Because I don't think they can do that. I think next one's going to be like 28 years and a couple of months. And later.
It's going to be 28 zombie dongs.
28 zombie dongs later.
That's right. So he says, I'm also not a big fan of zombie films, though according to Jim, this isn't technically a zombie film, which it isn't.
No.
I thought the kid Alfie Williams did a good job, considering he had to carry most of the film on his tiny shoulders. Aaron Johnson was okay. I thought he would have a bigger part. Jodie Comer was decent as always again. It was too brief of a role. The best performance by far was Ralph Fiennes as the crazy-ass doctor. I swear he gets nuttier and better with age. I would agree.
Yeah.
The problem he had with this film, as good as it was, is that there weren't nearly enough zombie-infected action scenes. Apart from the previously mentioned well-endowed alpha, it was just a lot of walking. After a while, it felt like a long episode of Walking Dead. That show had a similar problem. Not enough zombies. Most of the episodes were 90% talking, only 10% actual killing zombies. That's why I lost interest in that show. It was the same thing for this film. I really enjoyed the ending when Jimmy shows up. Surprise, there's a spoiler there for you. Well, with his ninja zombie hunters, I just wish there was more of that. So it's only a meh from the Mur. All right. Do you want to go next, or you want me to go?
Yeah, you go next.
All right, I'll go. Okay, 28 years later, Zombie Dong. That I didn't have that. I just thought I want to say that a little bit more. I might say that a few times in this episode.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, exactly.
Zombie Dong is fun to say.
Zombie Dong. It kind of just rolls off your tongue.
Yes.
The beginning of this is cast in a shroud of eeriness, creepy, and with some of the shaky camera work builds a very intense, jarring beginning. This takes us to about a third of the way into the film. Once it settles into itself, it creates a new world of the infected where there are alphas with zombie dongs, bloaties, and of course, the severely malnutritioned ones. The story takes us to a small community on an island outside of Scotland, where the tide creates a one-way in, one-way out scenario. When the tide is out, you can enter, and when the tide is in, it's no can do. Zombie Dong. The story takes place 28 years later, just like the title suggests. And like most zombie/apocalyptic films, the savages/people are trying hard to survive. Our main lead is a 12-year-old boy who is going out on his first hunting expedition with his papa. You get the impression that he is actually not ready for this trip, and we see this pretty quickly into this expedition. On top of this, his mom has an illness that gives her kind of an Alzheimer's type symptoms, and we really get the impression she does not have any real mind left in her. There actually is a lot going on in this film. We have the people on the island. There is seeds planted of a crazy doctor who's and I'm putting quote unquote monster, and someone is walking around trapping infected and hanging them up in weird places. A lot of the story is released slowly as the story does. It kinds of slows down almost to a halt at times. There is also comedy in this, and I'm sure it is intentional at some times, but I'm not sure everyone will think it's as funny as I did. I laughed a lot at this. Without giving too much away, the boy and his dad have a bit of a falling out after they get back from their trip. He decides to take his mom, who is not really lucid, back to the mainland of England/Scotland to go meet, quote unquote, the crazy doctor who's supposed to cure her. There is a lot of good in this. Some things that make sense, like all the infected are naked. This makes complete sense, as 28 years of being infected, you are not smart enough to find clothes, so they will eventually just fall off. We get infected birthings, some great kills, and if you are going to create an unstoppable killing machine, Alpha, infected, you should probably make his huge wiener proportionate to his huge body. # zombie dong. Now, but here's the rub. When you have kids in the story, or in any story for that matter, they often do things that are completely stupid. And in this, I felt there was too many things that surround this kid that showed him that never would have happened. Like, it was just too hard to believe. As you're watching this film unfold, you're going, that would never happen based on how they showed where he was in his development and growth. I don't want to go into all the details, but suffice to say, I did not like the story idea. Or sorry, I should say I liked the story idea, but I did not like how they portrayed it, especially how they portrayed him and his decisions. I had some huge issues with this kid and the things that surround his whole story arc, including his mom. But the comedy, gore, and infected side of things were all done well. Sorry, Alex and Danny, 28 days later was a mondo. 28 weeks later, for me, was also a mondo. And now 28 years later was just a meh, and almost not even that. And for me, that's saying something, because I love the two original films on this. They're very distinctly different. This one is also very distinctly different. It's just, I couldn't get my head wrapped around this kid and the decisions you were making. And I got a bit of unpacking to do, but I don't know. What did you think of this?
I didn't like the kid.
I didn't like him.
I just didn't like him.
Well, but on top of that, you don't like him, but like, you can't be a complete, like, wet your pants kind of hunter with your dad, and then 2 seconds later it's like, you know what, I'm going to take my mom out. Like, he's not that stupid.
Yeah.
Like, there's no possible way he would take his mom on the mainland by himself. He couldn't even kill one zombie unless it was bloating around on the ground.
I don't know. I didn't think he was as intelligent as you're making him out to be. I believe that he's stupid enough to take his mom to the mainland. If he because all he wants to do is get her cured, and if he thinks that he can take care of her at least until he can get her to the person that he thinks is going to cure her, I can buy that. The things I liked about this movie were, I like the walking around. That was a lot of good.
Yeah,
that was a lot of good. There was a lot of walking around.
Yep.
I'm just not a fan of Aaron Taylor Johnson. I'm just not. He might someday win me over, but oh man, everything I see him in, I'm like, wow, I wish you weren't in this movie. And this is no exception. Thank God he wasn't in it that much.
Yeah.
This movie is okay up until a point, and then once you get to Ralph Fiennes, it goes to another level. Every scene with him is gold.
Yeah.
And every scene without him is not. And I really, really enjoyed the Ralph Fiennes stuff. I did enjoy the walking around. I liked the pace of the movie. I just didn't like the lead character, and I didn't like the dad either. I mean, and I'm starting to sound like Murray a little bit here because, Aaron Taylor Johnson, the guy just rubs me the wrong way. I just don't know why they're casting him. I mean, we're not talking what's his head bad, but what the hell is his name?
I don't know. Which head are you talking about? There's so many
the guy
heads.
that Linklater put in his movie, and he was in Twisters. And,
oh God, him, Glenn?
Yeah, Glenn Powell. Yeah, he's
no Glenn Powell.
He's not Glenn
awful.
Powell bad, but he just does nothing for me.
He didn't add value to this movie.
No, you really didn't, and you should have someone in that role that does add value. But yeah, once again, the effects were great. But
all the nude zombies.
Zombies were fantastic, but I just didn't like following. I don't know, but maybe with different kid in the role, I could have liked it a little more. But I didn't like this kid, and it did have some kind of weird things that happened that I'm like, I don't know about that.
Well, the ending is just,
and then you get to the ending. I like the ending. I mean,
it was bonkers. It was like
this is the best. ending.
Yeah, the ending.
The ending's just like I don't even know where they're gonna go with that ending.
Well, because it leads you to the
ending.
Sequel.
I don't know that I like the ending. But it seems to me that
because they're having a sequel.
Every movie though has been a little bit different, and this one was a little bit different. Like the first one was quite a bit different than the second one.
Oh yeah, totally.
And
different.
The second one is completely different than the third one, and they're getting further. And it looks like if there is a fourth one, it's going to be
100% comedy.
Yeah,
it's going to be 100% comedy.
So I don't know if we should look for consistency in a franchise, but maybe not.
I'm kind of glad that it isn't the same. To be honest,
it's gotten progressively worse though. The first one was excellent. You loved the second one. I didn't. I thought it was okay. And this one, I'm just trying to decide whether Ralph Fiennes was enough to make this a meh. And at the end of the day, he is, because he always is. The guy's performance is just elevates this entire project way beyond where it should be elevated.
Yep.
The movie was okay, I guess.
And then there's a zombie dong. So
yeah,
you know what? If Ralph Fiennes isn't enough,
it's a low meh though. It is a low meh. I didn't think I was gonna love this. I'll be honest, because I just didn't think I was gonna love this. You thought it was the greatest trailer ever. And
it is the greatest trailer that's ever happened.
The trailer does nothing for me.
It does, because the music, you knew nothing that was gonna happen. And we always complain that you watch a trailer and it tells you the whole movie. I knew nothing when I went into this movie.
And that's great. And if that's the only thing you're looking for in a trailer, fantastic.
Yeah.
And I don't want to know the whole movie but I wasn't affected by the trailer like you were. It had nothing to do with it releasing too much or too late. No, it wasn't. It was just that stupid poem from that's an actual poem.
Yeah, it's not stupid. It was good because it was suspense building. I got some unpacking.
Okay, unpack away.
Okay, so for me, the biggest thing, I think the kid is the problem for sure.
He's a big problem.
But on top of that, I just could not get myself into the headspace that he would do what he did. I don't think he did it. And if he did, I
don't
can't believe
think- I
that
don't
he would
think
be alive.
Why do you think that he's such a freaking genius? This kid was never painted as anything. He loves his mom. He wants to get her. He knows that she's gonna die if he just leaves her where she is.
Yeah, so
he wants to get
Why
her.
wouldn't he go himself and go and see the doctor first to make sure that's even feasible? Like, he's been told by all the elders.
You're giving him way
that
too
this
much
guy's,
credit. You just his goal is to get mom to. That's just wasting time.
Yeah, but
just
this is
get
the
mom
same.
to this.
This is the same
He's not
kid
gonna-
that couldn't survive 2 seconds without his dad.
Yeah, but then he's probably thinking, okay, I got to get there, get back, and then get there again. He doesn't know he's going to be able to drag this guy back to. This guy's been apart from civilization for so long. He's not coming back with him just to save his mom that he doesn't even know. He's got to get her there. I totally disagree with you here. This was completely logical.
No, it was. There was no logic, and then on top of that, the mom is basically a write-off. Like, all of a sudden, she's on the mainland. Oh, you know what? They have magic island grass or something. All of a sudden, she's completely lucid. For the whole time she's on the fucking
not the
mainland.
whole time, but yeah,
she
she's
was
pretty
completely
lucid.
yeah.
If this is
like,
what you're picking at.
These are not picks. This is the whole premise of the story.
The kid's a stupid kid.
Yeah, no. The whole premise of
Anyways,
him
what
and the
else you
kid.
got?
Okay, well, I'm just getting started here. Okay, the whole happenstance of the Swiss guy too. I mean, he was great comic relief and all.
He was, but
it
was pointless.
It was, yeah, but it's like, okay, so it just like this is lazy writing. It's like, was Alex spending too much time doing warfare?
I mean,
he couldn't have had a better writing.
Didn't he have to have somebody show up so that you've got that you've got that transition from you got to realize that this is just an isolated island and the world is still going on outside of it.
Yes,
and that's why you bring this guy in.
I get it, but how they did it was just like, oh, the island of England is, and with somebody from Switzerland doing on the Scottish side of the island, like. They're patrolling it, sure.
It,
okay,
yes.
for sure. And all the place in England, it just so happens he runs into these two. Like, this is the happenstance stuff that lazy writing does. It's happenstance.
Stuff, but the happenstance happens sometimes.
Oh, my yeah, the 1 in a million with the mom who completely regains her lucidity, and the kid that is
But they're going to like the gas station, and this guy would probably see a building like that, and he'd want to go there.
Yeah, of course.
See if he can get some supplies
on the side. Yeah,
This all makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's absolutely. You know what? If this wasn't. Yeah, you are being crazy. Okay, so can we also talk about a baby that doesn't cry? Like,
okay, but it's a zombie baby, sort of.
Okay, yeah, because
so we don't know how
it cried once. So if it's cried once, it's gonna cry again.
Apparently, it's not infected at all or anything. So now I'm just giving away the whole movie.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Which is totally all that this next movie's going to be about. It's going to be all about this.
It's going to be about the giant,
the kid and these
zombie dong
and this weird.
The zombie dong.
It's going to have nothing to do with
Ralph
zombie
Fiennes
dog.
is going to come back.
It's going to be about
zombie,
the kids.
What are you talking about? Zombie dog's still alive.
It's going to be about the kid.
Oh, can we also talk about why zombie dong is still alive?
I don't know. Go ahead. Why is zombie
exactly.
dog still alive?
You know what? There's just too many pieces in this that don't fit together to make it a solid. And it was 2 hours long. This did not need to be 2 hours.
It needed to be 2 hours of Ray Fiennes is what it needed.
Yeah, or 2 hours of just zombie dong running through Scotland. Like, imagine
right. 2 hours. Movie was. You know what? I'm on board. 2 hours of zombie dong.
Right. If he's just running.
Title of our episode is "We Want More Zombie Dong." By the way,
2 hours of zombie dong. Thanks, Murray. Hashtag zombie dong. All right. Okay. So we got. I think you got buttons to push because that was a 3-banger.
It was a 3-banger.
Do you think you can find the buttons without
I
here?
can find it. I'm the one that can't put them here.
All right. Okay. So our next banger of a movie is Elio.
Yeah. Elio.
So, disclaimer here.
Not ELO.
ELO, yeah, the band, because that would have been great. If we had like ELO in this, they should have even had
Do you want my love?
Do you want my love? Yeah. All right, so Pixar is usually
Mr. Blue Sky. Anyways,
yeah, exactly. Pixar is usually guaranteed to be an entertaining animated film. However, upon seeing this trailer of this, I wasn't sure how they could make a movie about a child who hates the planet Earth and wants to be abducted by aliens. So something I would not even entertain showing to my child. So Bryce, when I ask you, would you like to be abducted by aliens? What would be the reason I should assume that you want this to happen?
Well, I'd want to experience the anal probe, but...
Exactly, right. You like things inserted into your bum because that's what aliens do. So for all of us
and
adults
coming out
watching
and going
this,
back in
exactly,
and coming out.
there's the probing. So when I see that this movie is about a kid that wants to be abducted by aliens, I mean, I'm like, what? I mean, I know Pixar.
What?
I mean, I know Pixar often have complex films that bring deep, say I said that, deep and sometimes heavy concepts. But out of the gates,
like
this
it deep and
seemed,
heavy.
yeah, exactly. This seemed like not a concept that would make a great kid movie. I mean, don't they wait until the kids are in junior high before they teach them about anal in sex ed?
I don't think they actually teach it at all.
Oh, what they totally do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, there was a thing in the news after this kind of maybe it brightened up my day a little bit about 10 years ago. There was like a news thing out that kids in junior high were having a lot of anal because they didn't want to get pregnant.
Well, yeah. That makes sense.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't they wait until he was only like...
But I don't think they learned it from... They didn't have like sex ed class and they go, if you don't want to get pregnant,
Yeah,
just
of course
do
they would.
anal.
I mean, I haven't taken sex ed since before they
I don't
invented
think that's
sex
a thing,
ed.
man.
But I'm sure they're telling them, you know what? If you're going to have
If
sex,
you're gonna
have anal. It's the right thing to do,
Yeah.
right?
It's definitely the right thing to do. I'm not going to argue with you there.
So, anywho, basically, this is about how the ham radio is cool even today. That even
That
kids...
is actually, that's what I took away from
Exactly.
this. Ham radios are awesome.
I know, right? It's like I want one now. And even kids who are dicks and unlikable can find someone to befriend them. Like some of the old Disney films, right out of the first scene, we learn that Elio's parents are dead. And he has to live with this and live with his aunt, who was going to be an astronaut, but now she's a surrogate mom for her nephew. We've literally talked about this probably about a week ago, about how in animation, you can suspend disbelief a lot of the times because it makes make-believe. But in this film, I could not get into this film at all. The fact that you have evolved species who are geniuses in science and the universe, and they can't figure out, in their own words, that Elio is a child who all of a sudden completely changes his personality to be a negotiator and solve a huge interplanetary crisis. At the root of this, it was another film about family with a bunch of things that I feel kids may not like. But this film is not one of those films that has inside adult humor that kids will also like. It is just horrible. It's predictable, and I'm not going to contradict us from the other week. Even as a cartoon, I could not buy any of this. And that's saying a lot, because cartoons, you should have this ability to suspend disbelief. This was a huge rage for adults, and maybe 6-year-old boys might see something in this. Maybe that's the thing.
Maybe.
But only if they're dicks who've lost their parents, maybe. I don't know. This was the worst animated film I've seen in a long time. I know you hated that zombie zoo thing.
Zoopocalypse.
Zoopocalypse. But to me, this is 10 times worse. I did not like this movie at all.
Yeah, it's a movie about a little wiener that's just not very. He's kind of a a dick, really,
Yeah.
and he makes a lot of bad decisions, and like I don't know why you'd take your kids to this either, to be honest.
Like who's gonna get into it?
And you bring up the point that when you get a Pixar movie, usually there's something in there for everybody, and there just wasn't this time. I mean, I can't believe this is the same studio that brought us Up or Wall-E, like
or
those
Toy
are
Story.
Or Toy Story. I mean, these are great movies. Like they're great movies. Never mind, animated. They're great movies, and this is just subpar at best. I don't know if maybe to your point, maybe a 6-year-old boy would like this. I don't think I would have liked it at 6. I think I would have watched this and went, this is great.
The fact that he makes a alien best friend because he doesn't have one, it's like there's a part in there, but you're like the whole story is just it's like to have these species that are so intelligent, and like it's just the whole I just like they didn't put any thought into.
No, this is one of those like kind of barely passable efforts that I like. Why did you make it? Like you could have made something better with this story. It's not like it's a terrible story or anything.
No, it's got a good concept.
It's got a good concept, but the execution just wasn't there. And and there weren't big laughs. I think I laughed once. I think there was something, I don't even remember what amused me, but there was something.
Laugh once, so
I think
wish
I laughed
could
once.
Remember.
Yeah, I wish I could remember too. And I might be thinking of some other
Maybe
movie
you're
that I
mixing it
watched
up with
6
another-
months ago. I could, I have no idea. Might be mixing it up with 28 years later because
maybe
they're kind of similar.
Zombie Dong, I totally get it.
Yeah, but no, this was not an entertaining movie. I was just hoping it was going to end the entire time. I wasn't digging it, and it's so weird for a Pixar movie to be this just, and even. Like there wasn't like one scene in it where I was like, "Wow, that was
powerful."
That was powerful." It was just a whole lot of meh, and when you get that much meh and you put it all together, it actually becomes a rage. This movie was a rage.
It didn't even. There wasn't enough meh in it for me. Like I didn't feel meh at any time during this.
Thing is, at no point was I ever angry. I was just disappointed through the whole thing. I was like. It's just like I am just so disappointed in this effort. Like at no point was I like, this is the worst thing ever. But at no point was I like, well, that was good. No, none of it was good. It just was not good, and it was just it's a rage.
It's poopy.
I did not like this movie.
You got more buttons to push. Just gonna say.
I'm so good at this, by the way.
Yeah.
Rage.
There we go. Nice.
All
right, let's Bride Hard. So.
Oh yeah, Bride Hard. I forgot we even watched that.
So.
Oh God.
I have to spout off a couple of things. So.
Yes.
I'm allergic to latex, so I can never have safe sex.
See, that's good.
This is the one line in this movie that was funny.
We both laughed.
And we laughed a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it doesn't sound funny, but at the time. When the old lady said it, it was funny.
It was.
And we both laughed.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah.
We didn't bride hard. We just laughed hard.
Just at one line.
One line was funny, yeah.
And I think this was supposed to be a comedy.
It was supposed to be a comedy,
but no, it wasn't.
No, there was nothing funny in it.
I think it was also supposed to be an action film. But no, it wasn't that either.
Well, it was very silly action.
It was supposed to be the cast of Pitch Perfect. But no, there was only like 2 of them at most.
Okay. I don't know what a Pitch Perfect is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that singing
those
movie.
Movies. Yeah,
I haven't seen those.
Yeah.
Well, where was Fred Ward then? Wasn't he in those?
Yeah. And so was, what's her name? Elizabeth Banks.
Fred.
Willard?
Willard. That's what
There's
I'm
a Fred and Elizabeth Banks is also in it.
For Fred Willard.
Yeah.
I love Fred Willard.
Exactly.
Why wasn't he in this?
Exactly.
He could have made this funny.
Yeah.
Because Fred Willard is funny.
So is Elizabeth Banks when she's funny.
Elizabeth Banks can be funny if she's given the right material.
Exactly.
She can also kind of annoy me, but she's all right. But Fred Willard.
So they apparently picked the only 2 in this that can't act, though.
Oh.
So they said, you know what? Let's make a movie that is a comedy, action comedy, that isn't funny and doesn't have any action.
Oh, that's not a good idea. They shouldn't do that.
Yeah. And as Bryce said as we were watching this,
What did I say?
this was a masterclass in bad acting.
Yes, it was. My God.
And there's no sense telling you the plot. Just literally watch the trailer because it explains everything. Like the entire trailer is exactly what this movie is. This was so painful. As much as I thought Elio was painful, the fact that we watched this after Elio was even more painful. And I mean really, really, really painful. Nothing made any sense and everything was predictable. And I literally hated every single moment of this film, except that one lady that said that line. Let me just read it again because it's important that everybody knows this line.
Yes.
I'm allergic to latex, so I can never have safe sex. And she was like 70. It's funny, right?
It's funny.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a good line.
I'm going to pretend the great actor Divine Joy Randolph
why?
wasn't in this. I mean, I know she has to eat, but couldn't she just do some great stage work for a while? This is now her second film in a row that I've actually felt sorry for her that she's part of this cast.
Yeah.
If you remember her last film, we also felt sorry for her. It's like, there's you, and then there's everybody else in this movie. It's like you, and even with the horrible script that she had to read, she was still her. She's amazing. She's brilliant. Please get back into good films by good writers. Like, didn't she win an Oscar or something for?
She did.
Yeah. So I mean,
deservingly so.
and then she's been put into crap films. Like, there's so many great films that they could cast her in anything, but the two crappy films that she's been in lately. This was so painful to watch.
Indeed. Yeah. This is a movie.
Allergic to latex.
Yes. I just based on this movie, I mean, I think we've got both Rebel Wilson and Anna Camp. I mean, they're just repulsive. My God. Like, what in the hell was this? This was like, let's just put these actors on the screen and let's see how bad we can make them look. And Anna Camp is an awful actor.
She's just horrible.
Awful. Like,
I didn't believe
there's
anything
no
she said.
timing. She's trying to do comedy. She's got no timing. She cannot deliver a line convincingly whatsoever.
No.
It's like, I don't understand what was going on. Like, how does this person have a career? Anna Camp. My God. Like, I'm trying to think of what else she's been in. I know
Other
she's
than
been
the
in
Pitch Perfect
I know
movies.
she's been in the Pitch Perfect. And I think she was in The Help, which I don't really remember her in. But oh my goodness gracious.
She is known for Pitch Perfect and The Help and Bride Hard.
There we go. Well, she is not a good actor, and she needs to just go away.
Yeah, she needs to just do Pitch Perfect movies.
But yeah, and
Oh, here's something for you.
yes,
She's in the upcoming Scream 7. Because you know how great that franchise is these
she
days.
isn't, is she?
She's absolutely in Scream 7.
For crying in a bucket.
Yep.
All right. Well, this was badly acted. I felt bad for what's his head? You know the guy, Steven.
Steven Seagal?
No, not Steven Seagal. Steven.
You said Steven the last time.
Steven Dorff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was in
Yeah,
this,
he was
wasn't
in this, and he, usually he's okay, but everybody, I guess, was collecting a paycheck. Like, it had some people I liked in it. Like, I like Steven Dorff.
Yeah, I do too.
I like Sherry Cola a lot.
Yeah.
Like a real lot.
Yeah, yeah.
But
She
like,
was wasted too.
everybody was just wasted in this that was any good, and they're put in a movie with some just awful actors like Rebel Wilson. I'm sorry, she's not funny.
No,
And-
not in this. Maybe her stand-up is funny. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never seen her stand up, but yeah,
I've never seen her funny either.
and Divine Joy Randolph was in this, and she's so good.
She
and
is.
this is just like, I feel bad for her too. Like, what is going on? They need to. Her agent needs to come up with
Can you read the scripts before you
sign up, because this is not good. But yeah, no, this is just an awful movie. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just an awful movie from the start to finish. It has the one funny line. which you got to be there to appreciate it. But yeah, it was us and 2 other people in the theater, and they actually laughed a few times.
They did, but I wasn't sure if they were laughing at it or laughing with it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because there was a lot to laugh at. Because it was just...
There was a lot to groan at. I don't know that there was a lot to laugh at, but it's just a bad, it's just a bad. I don't know. I don't want to talk about this movie.
Do you want to press some buttons?
Okay, good. I don't have to talk about the movie anymore. It's bad. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Rage! It's so bad.
It's awful.
Like, I don't normally think comedy action films can pull things off anyway. Can you think of any really good?
They're all fine. Shanghai Nights.
Okay, there you go. Okay, sure.
The Last Boy Scout.
The Other Guys.
The Other Guys. That one.
The Nice Guys.
The Nice Guys. The Other Guys. Come on.
Anything with guys in it, apparently.
Yeah, they're good. But yeah, The Other Guys is excellent.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Makes me laugh.
So does The Nice Guys.
Nice Guys makes me laugh too.
It was good. All right. So apparently it can
so
be
there
done.
are some. It can be done.
Apparently it can be done. Just not by horrible actors with a horrible script.
Yes.
All right. So the Jombieland.
Yes.
Which the very first and hopefully many more Bollywood zombie films. All right. So just like all Bollywood films, you can expect dance numbers.
Yeah.
Before an outbreak and post outbreak, where the zombies are part of the routines. Also, corny love subplot. And of course, over the top action. Theme music for everyone. Like when I'm saying theme music, where it's like at pounding decibels. Like going to a Bollywood film, every time we go to a Bollywood film, it's an adventure. Like I think the community that goes to Bollywood films, it is like an outing for everybody. They don't go to these films and expect to come out with like something completely original, or they just want to be entertained. And this movie is that. It's entertaining. Where you get vegetarian Indians eating people because of toxic milk. And they start this with a shocker right from the start. We get a young boy who eats and kills his mom, then turns on his younger brother. The action and style is manic, and as manic as the zombies. They are a cross, and the zombies are kind of a cross between Train to Busan zombies and World War Z zombies, but are definitely their own style of zombies. Bollywood has created its own style of zombies that they gnash their teeth, and then they twitch, but they don't like zombie crackle like you do in Korean films.
Yep.
They got this, and then this. It was almost like hypnotizing the zombies and how they made it. So it's just about every scene is over the top in one way or another. You just have to strap yourself in and just enjoy the ride. We have our heroes played by Jatinder 22, 33, PETA, and the super hot zombie ass-kicking Dr. Anshul. Oh, and by the way, 22's love interest, Coco. Which, if he said Coco once, he said Coco at least 100 times. This is like a movie that you could go to that's a drinking game. Every time he says Coco, and he says it a lot, you would be drunk by the time you got to the end of this movie. This is somewhat a typical Bollywood film, but it has zombies, which at times it's kind of shocking. But at other times, it's set to infinite comedy levels. It was just so much fun to watch, and seeing this with a pretty full cinema of other Indian viewers. who all of them, for some reason, all had their phones out the entire movie. This was interesting to me. I don't understand why this was happening, but it was happening through the entire movie. Like, at one point I was going to go, like, I know I said to you, the next time we're in a movie and we get people watching their phone, I'm going to go sit in front of them and flash my flashlight in their face. But you can't do that in this movie. Like, we're outnumbered. There's like probably 50 people in this movie, and every single one of them it was like watching it with the lights on, because every single person had their phone out. It was crazy. Which kind of added to the experience, actually. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of irritated, but then I'm like, you know what? This is like, I feel like I'm part of this party. So, of course, I pulled my phone out, too.
There you go.
And shined it around a little bit. I wasn't sure exactly what was happening, but I wanted to be a part of it.
There you go.
There's definitely going to be a sequel. We already know this, which I am very much looking forward to, as I did kind of fall in love with this cast. But, to be honest, it was about 20 to 30 minutes too long. And as much as the fun ride that I had, I suggest people definitely see this in cinemas with a crowd. It is just a really high mat, and I couldn't fully love it. Even with PETA, the kid, who's probably one of the best kid actors I've seen in a long time. This kid was fantastic. This cast is fantastic. They all know their roles, but so for those of you who've never seen a professional lacrosse game, okay? Mm-hmm. Going to this movie reminded me of the first time I went to a professional lacrosse game. It starts out, they put some metal on when they get onto the court, and then it slowly raises the decibel limit of the music so that you're listening to like death metal by the time you get to the end of it. And everybody in the fans, if this was in Britain, I swear to God, there would be like brawl fights in the thing just because they just pump up the music. Every time someone comes on screen, it's like, and they got their own theme music, and it's just blasting. It was a fun ride. It was meh.
All right. So I'll have to take your word for it, because I've slept through the entire movie. I remember some zombies, and then I dozed off, and then I woke up and they were singing. So I think we were probably at the middle of the movie.
There was a lot of singing.
Was there a lot of singing?
I want to say there was probably.
I saw one musical number.
They probably had 3 musical numbers.
I saw one. Well, I didn't even see it. I saw part of
it,
one.
and then before you fell back
and then
to
I
sleep.
fell asleep. And then I woke up again, and there were more zombies. And then I fell asleep. I don't remember this movie at all. And it's not the fault of the movie. I just have had a week, and I was so tired.
And we started watching it at 10:05 p.m.
Yeah, 10:05 p.m.
And it's a 2-hour plus movie.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour plus movie. It's weird because everywhere you look, it actually says that it's 3 hours. But for some reason, like, I think we actually got an edited version, maybe. Or maybe there's, I don't know.
I'm kind of glad it was edited, though, because like, I still feel there was 20 minutes too much.
But yeah, you're talking about everybody with their phone out and everything. I didn't even see it because I was literally asleep. Like, I did not. It wasn't annoying to me because my eyes were closed, I guess.
I wasn't annoyed by it.
Well, I know you weren't annoyed by it.
It would be annoying if it was just one person.
But yeah, there was.
But the entire cinema had their phones out the entire movie.
Yeah.
And the ones in front of us, all 4 of them,
Yeah.
at the same time, when the screen came up with Jombieland,
Yeah.
they all put their phones up and like took a picture of it.
Took a picture.
And then I think as they were watching it, they were having like on a live chat somewhere talking about what's happening in the movie.
Interesting.
Maybe they were doing their own podcast.
I wish I would have experienced this.
You know what? We should go see this again. Let's go see it again.
I totally.
Let's talk about this again.
I felt terrible because I woke up and I just could not keep my eyes open, and I slept through this whole movie. Like, I don't think I've ever slept
that
this much in a movie. Like, I slept through everything, and and it's not that there was anything wrong with the movie. I was just so
Well, you
tired.
didn't see any of it, so you don't know. Maybe it was.
You know what? And it's like, why did I sleep through this when I could have slept through
Bride Hard or Elio.
And I was wide awake for both of those. And we got to this one, and I think it just finally hit me that I was just exhausted.
I'm done.
I feel badly. So yeah, I have no opinion on this.
I guess you just have to press the button once. But you know, here I just gotta say, there's movies like when we saw RRR. To me, that is like the epitome of
like
Bollywood.
the pinnacle.
Yeah,
that movie was so bonkers and so awesome.
We've seen enough Bollywood films. It's not like we know it's a new concept. It's like it is a film style that you have to experience with a crowd. Like you can't. I wouldn't have enjoyed this sitting at home watching it. If I sat at home and watched this, it might even be a rage. But like the time that I had watching this movie, I wish you were there because
I heard you laughing and having a good time. But I was like, and then I was back asleep. But like, you actually woke me up a few times because you're definitely having a good time. There's no question of that.
It's definitely like I think the whole genre is worth seeing in cinemas because it is a good time. It's like I'm having fun. Yeah. But the movie, it just
was just okay.
It was just okay.
But the experience was excellent.
The experience was mondo. The film was meh. The characters were all meh. Yeah. But you know what? Like
there you go.
But there's people die in it where you're like, they're not afraid to kill people. Like the very opening scene.
Yeah.
This kid gets infected from the milk. And then he rips his mom's neck out.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then she and the kid try to kill the other kid. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah,
like,
and that was about...
When Bollywood's putting a zombie movie out, they're not messing around.
Yeah. No, I was awake for about 2 minutes.
Nice.
At the beginning, yeah.
All right, well, you missed a lot of fun. Maybe we'll go see it again.
All right.
Hopefully it stays in cinemas for a couple weeks. All right, well, the Murman Minute this week is going to be possibly less than a minute.
Excellent.
Because Murray's at work. So he's working a 14-hour shift. So you can imagine that next week, the Murman Minute will probably be 25 minutes long.
Isn't that about average?
Yeah, it's average. But
our
podcast
would be like 30 minutes if it wasn't for the Merman Minute.
Well, as Murray would say,
always over an hour.
It's Murray would say it's because
I keep on interrupting.
We don't let him finish his Merman.
Whatever.
When he made that,
you know what that is, Jim? That's poppycock.
When he made that list of 72 movies in a plane.
Yeah, it just kept on going on and on. It's like, is this gonna end at some point?
Anyway, was that a minute?
Yeah, it's about a minute.
There you go.
It's time to move on, because that's what my mama told me.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Okay, this is a bit of a two-parter. The first part of it is that Cineplex is giving away, when you buy $30 worth of gift cards,
okay,
or just a $30 gift card, you get these coupons. But as a, I forget what they're called, we're like a Cine Club member.
Yeah.
So we get discounted movies. Every movie we go to, everybody else is paying, I think, $15, and we pay $10.
Yep.
So we get these coupons, and one of them is a free admittance, so that's worth it.
That's good.
Yeah, and I got a free popcorn, so it's definitely worth it to buy a $30 gift card from Cineplex right now.
Because
you still got $30 gift card.
And you get that.
And you get a free popcorn, you get a free movie. But they give you another one that is buy one, get one free. But you can't buy one for $9, $10 and get one free. You have to pay full price to get one free, which is almost the same price if I bought two at $10. So I'm like,
That's
I got
not
it.
true.
I got
it's
a
like
coupon.
$7.50 a movie instead of $10.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a minor rage, but actually the real rage that I have is that Elio, which I thought that Pixar never made any mistakes, and the fact that I now can't count on Pixar when I see a film coming out by them, that's my rage this week. Is Elio has destroyed my love of Pixar.
One movie's destroyed your love
It
of
has.
Pixar?
I can't trust them anymore.
Well-
It's like when you have a spouse and they cheat on you.
What
It's
happens
like,
if the
you know
next
what?
one is amazing? Can you just go, maybe that was just a blip in the radar?
Maybe, but it's like I'm not going to be looking forward to it like I was before I saw this
Maybe
movie.
that's a good thing, though.
Maybe. I'm just saying, like, don't let me down. Or like ELO said, don't bring me down. Bruce.
All right, then. I don't have much of a rage this week. My rage really is that I fell asleep during Jombieland because I guess my rage is that I'm just old now and I
Can't burn the candle at both ends?
I can't burn the candle at both ends. I mean, there was a time where I could just go to
So much burn.
But yeah, I mean, I worked all day and I was tired as all get out going into the first two, but I don't understand why I couldn't fall asleep. I guess my rage really is that I didn't fall asleep during Bride Hard. Like why couldn't I fall asleep through that, then be refreshed, ready to go for Jombieland?
Yeah. Maybe if you would have stayed awake for it and we laughed together through the whole movie, it might have made it all the way to Armando for me.
Yeah.
Because the experience just would have carried over into the love of the film.
Would have been exponentially that much better with me,
Exactly.
as things typically are.
Exactly.
Anyways, yeah, that's my rage. It's just that I just couldn't stay awake for a
Being
movie that I
old.
genuinely wanted to see.
Well, we'll go see it again eventually. In a cinema.
Yes.
Don't even watch it at home. We got to see it in the cinema.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Last week on Rage or Dare, Bryce picked the classic Bruce Willis film, no, not Die Hard. Also, no, not Pulp Fiction. And no, not even the dead people masterpiece, The Sixth Sense. No, it's the classic that almost ruined his career, Look Who's Talking 2. This week, it's Jim's turn to Rage or Dare. But now let's check in with Bryce and find out if the Pulp Fiction duo of Travolta and Willis were as outstanding in this talking baby movie as they were in the Quentin Tarantino classic. Masterpieces both, I bet. Or perhaps someone dies on the toilet in both of them. Come on, Bryce.
Yeah. So I don't understand this movie. It starts out and you get this weird thing where they like are showing a sperm like fertilizing an egg, and Roseanne Barr's voice is like talking, and I don't know what's going on. But anyways, this whole movie is just like potty humor, and it's not funny. It's just like, if you think that poo-poo and pee-pee is like funny, then this movie is for you. But it was not funny. And like there's a whole sequence where they're like just, they want the Bruce Willis character, the little kid with his voice, I guess his inner voice. I don't know what was going on. It's weird because I think it's supposed to be his inner voice, but they also had him sort
Moving
of
his
mouthing like almost what he would say. Like it was very strange.
What?
But anyways, you got to hear Kirstie Alley and John Travolta sing, My boy wants to potty all the time, because they got him a potty. And the extreme humor where he's like, oh, I'm not going to go pee-pee in that. I'm not going to go poo-poo in that. Like, this was the writing. And it didn't get any better than that. That was the pinnacle of the writing. You got to see John Travolta, like, dance around for, like, no reason every now and then. And it just... Nothing made sense. It was awful. Roseanne Barr and Bruce Willis with these inner voices. Like, I don't understand. Like, this doesn't work at all. And it doesn't work in any of the movies. They're just all awful. And I'm embarrassed to say that I've seen every single one of them.
But there is,
like, I have even seen Look Who's Talking Now. And
there's
like,
one, is there one like, Look Who's, is this one of them? Look Who's
there's Look Who's
laughing?
Talking. No.
Is that one part
No,
of it?
I think there's just Look Who's Talking 2. TOO.
Yeah.
And
then
Look Who's Talking Now, where you get a bunch of dogs and things talking too, I guess. It's just a bad concept from the get-go. And this whole thing was just poo-poo, pee-pee, ha ha ha. Like through the whole thing.
Sounds awesome.
It was awful.
Do you know in the last one?
It was a rage.
The last one, Look Who's Talking Now.
Now? Yeah.
Yeah. So the box office for that,
Yeah.
just so in case you knew, was U.S. Worldwide gross of $10,300,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow is right.
Well, was
Do you wanna
Bruce
know
Willis
what-
involved with that one too?
No, it probably ruined his career. Nobody hired him after that.
Didn't ruin his career.
I think he made another movie. But this movie in the box office,
Mm.
gross worldwide, was $47 million.
I don't
More money back in when it was released than The Life of Chuck.
The
Just
one
so
thing
you
that's
know.
the one thing that's good about this movie is because you've opened the door to this kind of crap again. I actually do have a couple of movies that are going to go in your bag for sure now. They're not from this franchise, but it's just as bad. And let me say that you're going to have some Steve Guttenberg coming your way real
right.
soon.
Police Academy.
No,
I own the box set.
If only it were that. That ain't happening, my
Oh,
friend.
you mean 3 men and a little baby or something?
Maybe.
All right, well, let me see what goodies you've got in here anyway. You know, I put a good movie in yours. You should at least throw me a bone on something in here.
I'm throwing you no bones. You will suffer and you will like it.
Are you ready to rumble?
Oh, is it Ready to Rumble?
Yeah.
Oh, wrestling movie. You'll like it.
You
David
know what?
Arquette, Scott
like-
Kahn.
This could be good. I love David Arquette.
Plus, you get all the WCW World Championship Wrestling
How
wrestlers
would I
in
not
it.
like this?
You got the Stinger, and I don't know who's
This
in it.
sounds-
Diamond Dallas Page, I think, is in it.
This sounds like the best.
You're gonna love
You
it.
did give me a prize.
I know. You like this? So
I love
much.
David Arquette. Anything he's in, it's gonna be Mondo.
It is
could be-
You are. I am. Can't wait to hear what you think of this movie. Do you remember ever seeing it?
Yes,
Excellent.
I remember loving David Arquette.
No, you do not. Not in this movie, you don't. But yeah, good luck with that.
No, well, yeah, maybe we'll see.
We definitely will see.
Oh yeah, we'll see. But maybe I'll like it. Never know.
There we
I've
go.
grown a fondness. We've watched 2 wrestling movies in the last 6 months. So
Have we? Oh, the Iron Claw.
both female.
Oh,
both
and
female ones.
no,
Well-
the Iron Claw wasn't.
One was a doc.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
Kate directed.
I guess in the last 6 months, Iron Claw would have
Yeah.
been over a year
Iron
ago.
Claw's a while ago, and I liked that one.
It was a
you
good
know what?
movie.
Maybe I now have a love for wrestling movies.
There you go.
We'll tune in next week.
Is there something other wrestling?
The
movie
one
that's-
about the 1920s wrestler lady.
I know.
Whatever.
The
it was.
Queen of the Ring.
Queen of the Ring. Yeah, there you go.
It was all right.
Yeah. So there's wrestling. So maybe I like wrestling now.
All right then.
Is there some female wrestlers in this? Do you remember?
No.
All right, then probably I won't then. All right. Well, thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to Extended Film Rage family, who you can find in our show notes. Thanks to Casey from The Nerdy Photographer for the voice of Rage or Dare and our God of Rage. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site from Redbubble and TeePublic. We're always going to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, subscribe. Send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage. But no matter what you do, please, 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 pretty please, 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 don't make us our rage. That's it for this week. Rage on!
Rage on, baby.